welcome back. I think that this video does not really warrant any kind of video capture. It's an idea that I'm proposing, and I really don't think that this is politically motivated towards left or right. I think anyone who's really against a totalitarian dictatorship would be thinking about this like, yeah, this is kind of, not something we want to do. So if you walk away thinking that I've just read a hit piece against my fellow leftists, no. Maybe communism, but no, not the left in general. If you walk away thinking I've made a hit piece against the far right, well, I said far right. Okay, so fascists, Christo-fascism, yeah, probably against that. But it's really not motivated left or right. This is a philosophical exercise that I want to do. It's something I want people to listen to this and think about in a serious manner. Like, for society. I don't care if you're left-wing, right-wing, centrist, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. If you think in terms like that, I know where that comes from. It comes from a certain set of people from YouTube, TikTok. There are some Facebook groups, but you actually have to join like a group that's dedicated to these people, predominantly on YouTube. There's the people who do this on I can't remember the name. Oh, I'm not supposed to cuss. I'll bleep that out. I forget the name of other video streaming services. Twitch. That's what I'm trying to think of, Twitch. There's a lot of it on Twitter, social media in general. But where that type of thinking comes from are people who sit at the computer and religiously listen to political commentators on social media. So if you listen to this walking away thinking that this is politically aligned with the left or the right, you need to do yourself a favor and stop touching social media for like 2 months. Like, just stay away from it. This is really something that we should be thinking about. Like, if this is something we want for our society as a whole moving forward, we should think, like, seriously give this a good think. So I wish I had a screenshot of the meme that I'm about to talk about, but I don't. It's okay. I can just tell you about it. Maybe I'll find the screenshot and I'll show it to you. But find one of it. So, I'm looking through someone's Facebook stories and I see a post about a child. They're on their Xbox, I'm assuming Xbox One, Xbox 360 at the very least, the gaming platform. And the deal goes something like this. Someone says to the kid, in a means of being homophobic, as a derogatory statement is though being gay is a bad thing. Somebody says to the kid, you're gay. And the way the meme is, it's like, it doesn't, I don't know that it actually shows any pictures, but it says, I'm listening to my son playing Xbox, and someone in the game calls my son gay. My son responds with a great comeback to troll the troll. He says, I'm straighter than the pole your mother dances on. And then, the meme goes into me not intervening as a way of showing that they're proud of their child for a classic own and standing up for themselves and others against trolls and homophobia online. Let me reiterate that. I think I illustrated that verbally in a very, very terrible way. So, mother sees, listens to son playing video games. Someone in the group over the headset calls her son gay in a derogatory fashion. The son responds by saying, I'm straighter than the pole your mother dances on. And then mom says, I'm not interfering. Good job, son. Troll the trolls. Great comeback. Good for you, standing up for diversity. Good for you for not being homophobic and not standing up for people. Good for you. Good for you. Everything is just, great. You've even, it's good. Anyway, this is very interesting because more and more this is becoming a thing, and it doesn't really matter for, like I said, don't walk away thinking this is left wing or right wing, because these platforms will do this to you, and they don't care if you're left wing or right wing. They don't care. So this is interesting because I go on to say PlayStation Network is different. You can't do this on PlayStation Network. I can't. And the following story is based on real events. This is a very real, true story and facts. Let me ask this question. Is being hyper-zealous against offensive language a good thing or a bad thing? And that's an actual question. You can answer that in the comment section if you want. You decide for yourself, because it's not my job or my place to form opinions for you. So let me repeat that. Is being hyper-zealous against offensive language, whatever you think offensive language is, a good thing or a bad thing? Decide for yourself. I don't want to make opinions for you. I hate that many YouTubers do that. I don't like it. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to make opinions for you. It's up for you to decide, not me. I'm going to lay out the story, and you tell me if you think it's a good idea or not. On PlayStation, a person can get banned for saying either one of the things in the meme. You could get banned for calling someone gay. Like, oh, you're gay. You could get banned for that. Even if somebody does that to you and you respond by saying, I'm straighter than the pole your mother dances on, that's also something that can get you banned on PlayStation Network. Seriously, you can. So, on PlayStation, a person can get banned for saying either one of those things, usually for a week. It sucks, because when people troll you, you can't troll them back or go on defense. They'll report you. Someone messaged me saying all kinds of horrible things to me. I'm usually one to have a thick skin, and I get snippy back, so I did. They ended up reporting me, and even though they started it, and were way more offensive towards me. I'm the one who got banned, and they didn't. All because they reported me first. Now, tons of people have their ability to receive messages from other players turned off to avoid this. They also only ever create closed or locked chat parties, and no one talks to each other at all anymore. Everyone lives in fear of being banned. And when I say banned, I mean they log you off your account on all devices. You cannot even use streaming services on any PlayStation or access your PlayStation app because they won't allow you to log onto your device. If you talk to someone or message someone, you do so at your own risk. The other aspect is you pay for PS Plus. This allows you to play online and download free games and get discounts. So you actually lose money from this, and they do not give refunds. If a PlayStation is the only device you run streaming services off of, you lose that too. Worse yet, 3 strikes you're out rule. If you get reported and banned 3 times, the 4th time you get banned indefinitely. You can't just make another account because it's based off of your email and social media profiles you attach to your account. If you get banned permanently, at the very least, you have to set up an entirely new email account that isn't associated with any of your past social media. Otherwise, the PlayStation system will recognize who you are and won't be accepted. In this event, you will essentially have however many PlayStation consoles you own rendered completely useless because you won't even be able to get to the home screen. You might be able to play an offline game, but only if you have a hard copy or a DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K, but nothing else. And this is something that has actually this literally happens all the time. It really doesn't take much. Actually, one of the ways in which I troll people back now is I use very specific language. Like if they send me a message and they say, "You're terrible, you suck, uninstall your game system," I respond to them by saying very politely, "Can you please stop bothering me?" And then if they send me another message talking about how much I suck at the game or whatever it may be. One time somebody accused me of harassing other players by emoting to them. And I explained to them that I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not harassing anyone." That is true. I was not harassing anyone. I had a challenge where in the game where I had to do 7 emotes, or what they're called gestures, in what's called an elimination or a shootout. I had to do that 7 times to complete the challenge and to get some extra XP. I think I got some kind of rare crate, like I think it was like a weapons crate or a resources crate, and some other kind of consumable thing for my character to use. And they said, no, they continued on, you're bullying people, you're harassing people, I should report you. In the game, you can report people for griefing. They were threatening to do this to me. And I said to them, I'm very specific with my language with this. I was very, very careful and deliberate. I said, if you do not stop harassing me, or no, I didn't say that. I said, can you please stop harassing me? I don't know you. You know nothing about me. Please, I'm begging you. Can you please leave me alone? Normally, I don't do this. Normally, if somebody came at me doing that, I'd start cussing them out. I can't do that, because if I cuss them out, they can hit the report button and boom, I'm banned. But I deliberately say, stop harassing me. This is like the last time I'm going to say it. Stop harassing me. And I do that on purpose. Because when someone trolls me, this is how I get them back. If they respond with anything aggressive, I don't care how benign it is. This person did not cuss at me once. And I still got them banned for 7 days. Because after I told them, stop harassing me, please, I'm begging you. They said, oh, how dare you play the victim? You're not the victim. How does it feel to be bullied yourself? Guess what? I reported that as harassment. I reported it as something that goes against the terms of the user terms service agreement for PlayStation. Because, and the thing is, I don't like having to do this. I really don't. I hate it. I want to cuss them out. I really do. I don't want to have to do this. I have no other way to defend myself against these people. I can't just say, you've lost your mind, you don't know what you're talking about, shut up, F-bomb, this, that, cuss word here and there and the other, and I can't do that. I'll get banned. So it doesn't matter. PlayStation apparently doesn't care. They don't care if somebody has phished you for this. Because this is how I found out about it. Somebody phished me for it. They did the same thing that I'm describing to you. They sent me a message provoking me, and I responded by being defensive. They told me to stop, and then I continued by saying, you tell me to stop when you're the one that started it, going on further defense. They reported me and I got banned. I called PlayStation's players support and told them this, and they said, well, we don't care. It goes against the terms of service, the TOS. Goes against it. Oh, okay. So the only way I can troll people back for trolling me is to do this. There's no other way. You can't do it. Anything you do defensively or aggressively in return, in-game, over the headset, in voice recording, in message, they can report you and you'll get banned instead of them. So I waited for them to respond after saying, don't harass me. And even though they didn't even use a single cuss word, they did put a lot of explanation points. And I really did feel harassed. I really did, truly did. But normally, like I said, I would have just sent them a message pretty much cussing them out, telling them to go fly a kite. But I'm not allowed to do that anymore. So I just sit there and wait for them to respond. And the moment they respond, I can hit the report button. Boom, banned. They got banned for 7 days. How do I know that? Well, because when you report someone, PlayStation sends you a confirmation. they tell you your report has been received. Thank you for making PlayStation a better place for people to game. Blah 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 blah. Here's like this has been handled. This has been taken care of. Here's your case number. And I've been on the receiving end of what I just did to them, so I know what happened. I know that they just got banned for 7 days. They've been locked out of their PlayStation account. I mean, literally, you cannot log into your account. You can't. So, you might be able to play an offline game even if it's a digital copy. I'm not sure. When it happened to me, I had to log into my fiance's profile to be able to play anything. Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, I guess it's just called Max now. That's not important. Whatever streaming services we have, a lot of never mind. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't stream Netflix that I paid for. I paid for us to have Netflix and I couldn't stream it because I had been logged out of my PlayStation account. Everything that had like I have a PlayStation app on my smartphone. I was logged out of that. I was logged out of my PS3. I was logged out of both of my PS4s. I was logged out of the PS4 that is my fiance's PS4 where I have an account on there. I was logged out of there. All of it. My question is being that this is so common, do we really want to live in a society like if we go down this road to where this is how society functions, do we want like I have to ask myself, is that healthy? The fact that you've got multiple platforms out there where people are so scared to communicate with each other because on the chance that they say something offensive, they could get completely banned. Money taken away and all. And as I've illustrated, it does not take much of what they consider to be inappropriate. It doesn't take much at all. All you have to do is come across irritating, even slightly irritating. Banned. All you have to, the moment someone says stop harassing me, it doesn't matter what you say at that point. Even if you say I'm sorry, you can hit the report button. Banned. So let's say you've been talking with a group of friends on the PlayStation Network or pick your platform for years. Let's say that you started doing some sexting stuff back and forth in the chat party, sending each other, like you create a very private little party and start sending pictures and doing something like some mutual masturbation stuff over the headset and sending pictures through messaging. Well, let's say the relationship goes south. And they say, well, don't worry about it. Everything's copacetic. Everything's cool. Don't worry about it. We're just two ships passing in the night. But still, there's a grudge that's held. They could go in there and and this has happened. They could go in and they could report those pictures that have been sent. Banned. That's a permanent ban. That's a one strike you're out thing. That's a permanent ban. Nude pictures. Oh yeah, that's a permanent ban. Permanent. Forever. So looking at the platform, a platform where games have stopped even making public chat parties available. Like you don't have to create a chat party to talk to people. Like, you just go into the lobby and have your mic on, and anybody with a mic, everybody in there can hear you as long as they've got speakers, and anyone with a mic can talk to you. They stopped doing that. If you want to talk to people in newer games, you have to create a chat party. But you're talking about a platform where people are scared to even do that. The other day, somebody asked if I wanted to play with them because they don't have anyone to play with and they're new to the game. And I said, sure. They created a chat party and then they left. They ran away. So a platform where literally nobody talks to each other because they're scared of people holding vendettas and grudges. They're scared of not actually saying anything offensive, but people using anything you say to report you as being offensive. Do we want to live in a society that does that? Do you think that that's healthy? Is this something that we want to progress to where it affects society? Like, do we want to live in a society where everyone walks around? Because I've worked for companies that have started adopting policies that sort of make it like this. I was told I couldn't hug someone who was in tears because that could be perceived as sexual harassment, even though clearly it had nothing to do with that. Like some of these companies are adopting policies where you can't even talk to people because they're afraid of harassment, offensive, blah blah blah. But this is something I'm really curious about. I'm really wondering, like, is being hyper-zealous against offensive language a good thing or a bad thing? Do we want to live in a society that's so hyper-focused on this that everyone's too scared to talk to each other or interact with each other? Is that a good thing? Is that healthy? Is that something you want to live in? Where you can never communicate with another human being again? Do we want to do that? That's something I want people to think about. I want you to ask yourself that, and don't think about it for 5 minutes. Like, think about this on a grand scale, like what that will affect, what it'll be like going to the grocery store, what it'll be like going to the park, what it'll be like trying to hold relationships, what it'll be like just walking down the street in public, what it'll be like going to the movies, what it's like doing anything in society where your conversations are strictly professional 100% of the time. You go into a bank, the only thing you can talk about is banking, and your bank account. You can't talk about things that are bothering you in your life. You can't ask for a date. None of that. None of this. Take what is happening on this platform and apply it to society and ask yourself, is that something I want to live in? I think first and foremost you should ask, is that healthy? And then let me know what you think in the comments. I don't want to tell you what I think because I don't want to give you an opinion. I want you to tell me your opinion. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, that, out.